Hello, November 28th, 10:15 in the morning, Sunday, 2021. My tongue is sore, is dry. Doing the video because I feel like it kind of been working enough. And I was listening to Mike Duncan podcasts, History of Rome. But then it got kind of monotonous, so I started listening to people tell prison stories. So I was saying in the video yesterday, which I just did last night. Yeah, I'm really high right now too. Ran out of energy drinks this morning. I bought 12 energy drinks, got them a couple days ago. Drank all of them. That was the first time I'd done that. I don't think I'll do that again, or I'll just drink them all. But I was Google Earthing the buildings of Rome off of a map that I found on a what was that, David Ramsey website with all the maps. And there was a map of Rome all over the whole city, and it was all plastered on its exact location somehow from like all these different ones together. I don't know how they did it, but I was like, when I saw that a few years ago, I was like, oh my God, I have to trace that. So, but most of the buildings, it's different than in models and drawings, except for the Colosseum, but I think the Circus Maximus too. And so yesterday I finished kind of the important part of the Circus of Flaminius, and I kind of wasted some time on, because I had to rebuild the stands on the lower part over the to make the holes for the doors that come out from the top of the stairs and the openings. And then I built one the wrong way, but yeah, but I finished that. But then I finished on started to get going on Pompey. Theater of Pompey. There's 3 big theaters, and it looked like those would be the most time-consuming, most complex. So I saved them for last, and there were 3 like equally sized. Pompey, Marcellinus, and can't remember the third one, but they're all the same size. They're all giant. So I was doing Pompeii and on the stairs, and I only traced the stairs. This is the same thing on all of those other ones too that I just got done with. The Circus Agonalis, Circus Flaminius, and then the other one. I think there were 3 of them, 3 circuses. Oh yeah, there were, but then the other one, the stands were different, and then there was Odeon. But yeah, I had to, with the stairs, I had to drag them all, the numbers in the same folder, so I could package edit them. But these ones were different with the theater because they weren't all exactly the same. So I just figured I'd build each flight of stairs separately. And I did the first level, which was 6, and then I did the second one where, yeah, that was with the other ones, because they're on the other 2 theaters. I just drug in, or in all of them, because all the numbers are together, I just drug in all of the even ones in the same folder, and then made them all white, and most of them it worked. But on Pompeii, not so much on the other 2. But anyway, so I think that's where I am now, like halfway through, because they had a lot of them. Pompeii had like 6 on the lower part, but then on the upper part, oh man, I didn't count, like 20 or something. But the Theater of Pompeii, it's like really similar to the Colosseum. It's kind of like half the Colosseum. I didn't actually look at the two like together with that thought and make sure, but like it's really big. Like it's the Theater Pompey that I'm dealing with on this map is bigger than any of the ones that I've seen the drawings or the models of. Because there's lots of them. The Pompey is the most popular out of those theaters, the oldest one, and I don't even know if those other two even exist. Because this map, I think it's got some like at least one circus that I couldn't find even existing anywhere else. So it could be. I got that. This map is from the Plana Tabula, the map of the of Rome that they found. But this might be like an interpretation of like somebody from a long time ago. I don't know the whole story, but anyway, uh, but when when I'm looking at these models and the drawings of Theater Pompey on Google Earth Images, I saw the site. Somebody did a model on one of those 3D model sites, but you couldn't move around very easily, and it said, "Click here for VR," and I'm like, VR? And then I looked on Amazon. I saw it's like $30 for VR headphones. Like, I don't know. Maybe I should buy VR headphones so I could do VR on that thing and see if it works on it. But because you couldn't really zoom in and out. But I think I went in and out enough to know that they didn't totally build the whole thing. Because I wanted to know how the whole thing was on the inside with the stairs and everything, how it all worked. So I looked at it from the side, like the cutaway of the model, and it didn't, show. But I looked at what I could make it work. And so what I ended up making was way bigger than what they have. Like on the Theater Pompey, on all the models, and I think the images are the same. But like they have like the archway, so that's one level up. And then another archway, another level up. And then on top of that, the roof. So so like the first, row of seats go up, and then you have like the walkway, and then the second row. But and then you look where the holes are, and they're kind of more or less. So I was like, okay, so you're gonna have one level up that's 10 meters up, because I think the Coliseum is like that. The first level up's like 9 or 10 meters up, and then another one's 2 meters more. So 2 meters up, and then it's another 10 meters up. So on the stairs that the Pompey has, the one that I'm dealing with, because I have to make everything make sense. That's the interesting thing about what I do. Like, I look at the plan, like the scribblings, the lines, and then I look at and then I look at the models and the drawings, and then I have to make in 3D something that matches both of those, so that both of them make sense. So sometimes I have to like draw in extra stairs to get higher and stuff. So that's what I had to do with Pompeii. So I see on the inside there's the 6 stairs that have 17 steps, and then on the upper part it's 29 steps, and then like a mid step, turnaround step, halfway up step, and then another 29. So so I figured, okay, and I looked at how they numbered, and I was like, okay, so that's just like the Coliseum. It's like half the Coliseum. It goes like this up, and then the other one takes the rest of it to the next level. And so at 29 steps, that's at least like 10, you can make that 10 meters. It's just 3 steps per meter. And I've done that before. So, and then on the other one, 17 steps, that's like 2 steps per meter. So you can make that up to 10 steps too. 2 to 3 steps per meter. So they can go to the same level. So, so that's what I did. But I had to go out like this. So I had to make the first row like 1 meter higher than like the front walk path, which I could put in front, which aligned perfectly with where the structure was. But yeah, and then the rows, and then have the row come off, and so it worked from to make it 10 meters, but the right place within the rows, even though it was toward the front, and to make it look like in the drawing. So then I would have the steps go up like this towards the front, and then I was going to build a walkway that goes around, and then you walk back to then the circle behind it, and then the other steps that go up like this, and then like this to the same level. So and then the other steps up to 20 meters, and those 20 meters steps can go out and match perfectly with the second row of steps of stands. So which had its own walkway too. And what I built before on the stands, because the stands there weren't lines for the stands, so I had to do those based off the pictures and the model. So I think I must have counted it and everything. So yeah, that worked out too. 20 meters out to the beginning of the stand, and then out to where the second flight of steps came up, and then so that takes you to 20 meters. But then, and that's as many meters as there were in the drawings. It's just 10 meters up, one level up, another level up, and then on top of that the roof. But with mine, to make it look like the drawings, I had to have another level, because the other level on top of that had to match the top of the stands, not the front of the second row stands, because the front was at 20 meters. So I'd have the top up at 30 meters, which was then a big, walkway that went around the whole thing, and then went to the temple, which was the same height as the very top walkway, that had its own roof on top of it. So, but there were no steps traced in there. So I had to make my own steps, because you can't just get there with the stands. There have to be steps that go up. So I looked at the temple on the back middle, and I saw there was a perfect spot to put steps. So I'm going to, and I didn't do it yet, but just do a screen capture of the drawings of the steps from the same theater, Pompey, because it looks like from the long ones, because from the fronts in the front, because it was just 11 meters. So, and that was good for 10 meters. So yeah, I do one that goes like this, and then the other one on the other side. So it would go up like this. One go up this direction, the other one this direction. And yeah, that'll look cool. And that'll be a realistic way. And they were kind of out of the way too, from where the hallway was. So it looked like it were perfect. So that'll make sense to make a good way to make it up to the next level, the highest level. So anyways, that's a lot bigger. That's a whole level bigger than any other model, than all the other models and drawings that I saw of the Theater of Pompey. But I had to have that many levels to accommodate, to make sense out of the drawing that I was working with. So it's another example of how the map I'm working with is different. Different design than what you see on the drawings. Like, what else was like that? Like the one that I was just doing, the Circus of Flaminius. It called for different layout than what I saw in drawings. So anyway, but it's going to be interesting to see like how good. I want to do a good job on the Pompeii. Like put on, do stuff I haven't done yet. Like put little eagles and the statues up on the top. I didn't do that in the Colosseum, I don't think. And I think I might do that if I can make it look all right. Because you can only do them in like 1 meter increments. But yeah, so anyway, I got like super excited about building Theater of Pompey because it's a new way that nobody's done it, and it's my design. I'm like a architect because I punched in my own. I'm going to punch in my own stairs to get to the top, and yeah, I can make it look really intricate too. Like as it gets bigger, it has smaller pillars, narrow, and then on the top little yeah, pillars, the round pillars, columns. And so I can build ones inside other ones with different colors and different sizes as it goes up because they can be embedded in the ones that are bigger that are lower. So yeah, make it look good. Kind of like the Coliseum. Spent 3 weeks working just the Coliseum. I think I was working back then though. But yeah, and the Theater Pompey is like up there, like in terms of like complexity to the Colosseums, but I can do it a lot faster because I'm better now. I know what I'm doing. I mean, I stuff that I learned on how the Colosseum works. I'm remembering it for the Theater Pompey, but also the Colosseum was kind of particularly complicated when the back they had the way that the stairs went back, and they had this like area where it was like just 5 meter high ceiling for an interval with the stairs next to it, but so this is a little bit simpler, but yeah, and all 3 of these appear to be pretty much designed the same. One of them, the stairs were a little bit different, but yeah, so it's going to be interesting when they're done. And also to do like a trip through the inside of it. I did a video. I recorded a video because you can record movies, and I may have recorded it in the video too with QuickTime screen capture, video capture. But inside of the model that I made of the Colosseum, on the same path that somebody did for an hour around the real Colosseum, and I could do something like that in the Theater Pompey, like inside. But yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see if the real version of Pompey is the one I made or the one that I see in the models. But so yeah, but I was working all night long and kind of gotten a little worked out. But I'm like not groggy. Like yeah, I'm not even yawning. Cause wow, I usually yawn. I'm not even yawning. Cause I was like, I guess drinking like my energy drink. Got a bunch of my energy drinks right there. But yeah, so I'm just gonna lie down maybe and like rest my brain, but then yeah, maybe in a couple minutes get up. And the cool thing, even if I'm working all the time and I'm like, I've been working forever, I can still like, it's interesting listening to people tell stories, but like what I'm doing, it's really cool. Like I was getting dragged down the thing yesterday because I was making some mistakes and it was tedious, but this isn't tedious because I'm like, oh my God, look at what this is going to be really cool when it's done. And I'm making like pretty good progress with the stairs right now, at least. Yeah, anyways, keep this under 20 minutes. Yeah, tomorrow when I do the video, I'll still be working on Pompey. Hopefully I can get it done in a couple days. That'd be cool. All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow.